In the bustling city of Timesworth lived a young woman named Zara. At 25, she was ambitious and talented, working as a graphic designer with dreams of starting her own creative agency someday. Despite her natural abilities, Zara constantly found herself overwhelmed, missing deadlines, and feeling that life was slipping through her fingers. "I just need more hours in the day," she would often sigh to herself while working late into the night, her eyes strained from staring at her computer screen. Every morning, Zara would rush through breakfast, if she had any at all, and arrive at her office just minutes before her first meeting. Her desk was cluttered with half-finished projects, sticky notes with forgotten reminders, and cold cups of coffee. Her phone buzzed constantly with notifications that pulled her attention in a dozen different directions. Her manager had started to notice. "Zara, you have incredible talent," he told her during her performance review, "but your time management is holding you back from reaching your potential." That evening, feeling discouraged, Zara took a different route home. She walked through an old part of the city she rarely visited and noticed a peculiar shop she'd never seen before. The sign above the door read Kronos & Company, Keepers of Time. Intrigued, and with nothing to lose, she pushed open the door. Inside, hundreds of clocks covered the walls, from grand-grandfather clocks to delicate pocket watches. The gentle symphony of ticking filled the air. Behind a wooden counter stood an elderly man with silver hair and kind eyes that seemed to hold wisdom beyond measure. "Welcome," he said with a warm smile. "I've been expecting you." "Expecting me?" Zara asked, confused. "But I just happened to walk by." The old man, who introduced himself as Mr. Kronos, chuckled. "There are no coincidences when it comes to time, my dear. You're here because you need to be." Somehow, Zara found herself pouring out her frustrations to this stranger. How she never had enough time, how she was always rushing, always behind, always exhausted. Mr. Kronos listened patiently, nodding occasionally. When she finished, he reached beneath the counter and pulled out a simple wooden box. "Inside this box," he said, "is the most precious gift I can offer you." Zara opened it slowly, expecting to find some antique timepiece. Instead, the box was empty. "I don't understand," she said. "Look closer," Mr. Kronos urged. As Zara peered into the box, she noticed something etched at the bottom. A single sentence. "Your time is already yours." "That's it?" she asked, unable to hide her disappointment. "That's everything," he replied. "You already possess all the time you need, Zara. The problem is not that you lack time, but that you've never learned to treasure it." Mr. Kronos explained that he would teach her 3 principles that had been passed down through generations of clockkeepers. The first principle was awareness. For the next week, he instructed, carry this small notebook and record how you actually spend each hour. Be completely honest with yourself. Reluctantly, Zara agreed. The results shocked her. She discovered she spent nearly 3 hours each day scrolling through social media, over an hour looking for lost items, and countless minutes switching between tasks without completing any of them. When she returned to the shop, Mr. Kronos nodded knowingly. "Now you see the leaks in your vessel. Are you ready for the second principle?" The second principle was intention. Before each day begins, he explained, identify the 3 most important tasks that align with your true goals. Complete those first, before anything else. Zara began waking 30 minutes earlier to plan her day. She learned to say no to projects that didn't align with her priorities. She silenced notifications during her focused work periods. Gradually, her desk became more organized, and her mind clearer. When she visited Mr. Kronos again, her posture was already straighter, her eyes brighter. "You're ready for the final principle," he said. The third principle was rhythm. Time is not meant to be a relentless march, Mr. Kronos explained. It has natural ebbs and flows. Work with your energy, not against it. Zara discovered she was most creative in the mornings, so she rearranged her schedule to do her design work then. She learned to take short breaks between focused work sessions, to step outside and feel the sun on her face. She built in time for proper meals, for exercise, for connecting with friends, and for simply being still. 3 months later, Zara had completed more high-quality work than ever before. Her manager noticed the transformation and gave her more responsibility. She even found time to start planning her own business on the side. Most importantly, she no longer felt that life was rushing past her. She was fully present in each moment. When Zara went to thank Mr. Kronos, she was surprised to find the shop was gone. In its place stood an empty storefront with a for rent sign. Confused, she asked a neighboring shopkeeper about Kronos & Company. "I've been here 20 years, the shopkeeper said, "and there's never been a clock shop on this street." Zara reached into her pocket and felt the wooden box Mr. Kronos had given her. It was real, and so were the lessons she had learned. That evening, Zara sat by her window, watching the sunset paint the sky in brilliant colors, something she never would have paused to notice before. She opened the wooden box and smiled at the inscription, now understanding its true meaning. Her time had always been hers, she had just needed to learn how to honor it. As the stars began to appear in the darkening sky, Zara made a silent promise to herself, to remember the clockkeeper's gift, to treat each moment as the treasure it truly was, and to pass these principles on to others who, like her former self, were searching for more time in all the wrong places. For in the end, it is not the hours in our lives that count, but the life in our hours.